It does help if you forget to mute, or if you get, well, it helps if you unmute your microphone. So hello and welcome to this live broadcast today on BeLive, to YouTube and to Facebook. Now I'm putting those sites in that order for a particular reason, because I have a little something to say, and at this point we'll say hello to Roland and hello to Bruce. Hello Bruce, long time no see, and we are ready to roll, Roland. That was one of my favorite showcaster videos, which is actually available free on YouTube to anybody on BeLive to use. There are over 50 different videos. Choose your video, put the link into your BeLive studio, place it at the beginning of your broadcast, and it will be well. The problem is that going live to Facebook, YouTube, and possibly soon LinkedIn, there are different connection times. So you need to have something at the beginning of your show so that people get a chance to take their seats and grab a glass of water, a cup of coffee, or a glass of wine, whatever. And that minute then allows people to actually do that. And Roland is saying hello. Thank you. Right, okay, I want to take the logo off the screen for a particular reason. What I'm about to say, I'll take the logo off, is by way of the fact that Facebook have really made a mess of things. And this is not just my experience, this is the experience of everybody in my inner circle. Back in the good old days, you used to schedule a broadcast, post went on Facebook, you could cross post, you could share it, and it worked. It was simple, it worked. It didn't take any rocket science. You could cross post and share to your heart's content on Facebook. And everybody knew where they were, and they knew where the post was to go and watch you live. And you could post that link to that post everywhere. You could actually attract an audience. Then Facebook made changes, and the changes were that there are now 2 posts for every time you schedule a broadcast. The first post doesn't have the video on it. It only has information about the fact that you're going to go live. And then when you do go live, there's a second post with a video on it. Now, I'm live now. I don't know where the post is. I don't know how to link to it, because I'm going to have to find it. But I can't. I'm live. I'm actually speaking to you now. So what's the point of actually creating the post that you want to share as you're live? You can't do it. You want to be able to share the post well before you go live. The old system worked. The new system is broken. We cannot, well, from experience, not just myself, but other broadcasters, reach is down. In other words, the number of people watching our videos is down. Even Mari Smith, who is as good as they come at attracting an audience of thousands, is saying her numbers are down because of this new system. And the point of going live is to reach an audience of friends, of contacts, and of people who don't know who you are. I'm Stephen from Wiltshire, by the way. At the moment, we feel that Facebook are trying to do something and improve things, but at the moment it's broken. It is totally broken. So what's happening? When I had to decide which post to promote, on my personal profile, you'll find the YouTube post. It used to be the Facebook post, but I'm encouraging people now to go and watch me on YouTube. And I can see that Roland is over on YouTube. Yeah, that's it. It worked, Roland. It simply worked. Now it doesn't. It's broken. And that comment from Roland is over on YouTube. Now, there are 2 things about broadcasting on YouTube. You schedule the post, you get a link, you can share it everywhere. Yep. It's simple, straightforward. The other thing is that for most of us, the quality on YouTube is better than on Facebook, because Facebook reduced the quality down to 720 unless You've got special permission, like BeLive have, to actually increase to 1080. So the quality on YouTube is far improved. That's a good theory. Roland is saying Facebook is trying to challenge YouTube, and maybe they are tinkering in advance of that. But I still write software. As a software programmer, what you don't do is release something that doesn't work until you've got it working. And Facebook, with 2.3 billion users, should have the ability to put together a group to test it before they release it to the general public and make life worse for everybody. And that's basically an ode to Corinda, and say hello to Corinda. And Corinda saying hello to Bruce and to me. Thank you, Corinda. And Corinda is on Facebook at the moment. So I'm being watched on Facebook and YouTube, but I'm encouraging people to actually watch me on YouTube. I'm posting the YouTube link to watch this live broadcast. I'm not posting the Facebook link because I don't know what it is until I go live. And when I'm live, I can't go off and do things. I'm actually on camera talking. And Corinda's saying I'm correct. So this is by way of, if anybody knows anybody at YouTube, just tell them that they have a number, a large increasing number of broadcasters who broadcast on Facebook and who were happy earlier this year because everything we did went in the right direction. We could increase our audience. We could reach more people. Now we can't. It's broken. And no amount of meddling with it is going to fix it, because the two-post system doesn't work. Creating a post on Facebook when we go live is as much use as a chocolate fire guard. And I put a chocolate fire guard in front of a fire and it just melts. So that's how useful a chocolate fire guard is. Over to comments again. This show is driven by comments, so thank you. Do appreciate it. And Corinda said correct. And Roland is saying, "Oh, Roland, thank you. That is good. If we all phone Mark Zuckerberg, that would be a good idea." And over to Corinda. And Corinda, I've not heard the news. I hope it's good news, Corinda, because they're going to be drones live streaming now on Mars. Well, that's good news. Right. Okay. Excellent. Perhaps we can do a show on Mars. Who knows? We can't do a show on Facebook. Let's start there. So I'm encouraging, and I know several of my friends are not posting the Facebook link anymore. They're saying, okay, BeLive can simulcast to Facebook and YouTube. Join me on Facebook, because you can see the comments in the studio. The video quality is better, and I don't have to run around trying to chase down where Facebook has put the posting. If you've got any thoughts on this about Facebook reach, then please do answer in the comments. If you're catching this on the replay and you agree with my rant, then please make a comment. We enjoy going broadcast, and if one of our friends is watching, then that's a win. If we get a comment, that's a win. But actually getting nobbled so that we can't reach more people, it doesn't make sense to us, and it doesn't make sense to Facebook's point of view. Now, I heard today, and I'm not sure whether this is true or not. Yeah, we can, says Corinda. And over to Roland, and Roland is saying, just wait 3.5 years for the drones to arrive. Yes. We don't know. We, in a situation that's none of our own making, we didn't ask for any of these changes. If you do agree that the changes are wrong, then please, if you're watching the replay or watching live, then post a comment, and we will do our best to actually get the message across to Facebook. If anybody from Facebook is watching this, and there's always an outside chance, then Take note. And say hello to Mick again. Nice to see you, Mick. And to Bruce Sampson, who's saying, totally agree with you. Thank you, Bruce. And Corinda's now over on UK Video First, who's over on YouTube. And from the Yep, I can say without fear of doubt that it's Corinda. And over to Mick. And Mick is saying, hello, Corinda. So there you are. We are family, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's one of the strong points of live video, that we are family. I mean, since the days of Blab, we've become a very close-knit community who help and support each other and cheer each other on. That's carried over into the BeLivers community, 25,000 members now, all of whom help and support each other. Right, okay. I've got that off my mind. It's been bothering me for a week or two, because when friends say that they're actually suggesting that we broadcast on YouTube, you think, well, we put so much effort into Facebook. Why are we being let down? So my recommendation at this moment has to be that if you are live broadcasting, simulcast, and if you're sharing the show anywhere, share the YouTube version, because two reasons. One, you know the link well in advance. So I was able to post this on my profile 2 hours ago. And the second thing is that if you share, this is crazy part about it, if you share a YouTube post, you can see the whole post. So when I shared this into the BeLivers group earlier, I just put the URL in, YouTube URL, it came up with a picture. Yeah, this is a comment. There's a weekly thread in BeLivers. And going back a bit, this is the way Facebook's thinking. There's a weekly thread in BeLivers where people are asked to post the shows that they're doing. And all you need to do is short description, a link. And in the old days, I'm talking 18 months ago, when you did comment on a post anywhere on Facebook and it was a link to a video, it would show the video. It doesn't do that anymore. So if I post on the thread in BeLivers saying, are you live this week? Where are you live? I will say YouTube, because YouTube actually shows a photo. All right, okay. More comments coming in. Thank you, everybody. And over to Roland. Can't see this on Facebook. Well, that's another point, Roland. Where is it on Facebook? It's not on my profile, because it's pointless sharing it, because it just says this video is finished. It is on the page called BeLive in 5, 4 words, BeLive in 5, and you should see it as a live video on the BeLive in 5 page. I am simulcasting, I know I am, but it is difficult to find. It's difficult to find it on Facebook. If I'd shared this post on my timeline, yeah, it would now say, this video has started, this video is live, and you've got to click the watch now button to find it. Yeah. Now we all know that if you ask somebody to do something, take an extra step, odds are they won't, because they're busy doing things anyway, and they're dropping in on the, well, just dropping in, and they want to see your video on your timeline. They can't, because I can't put it there, because it's not there until I go live. You see where I'm going with this. It's so, if you get the idea that I'm frustrated by this, and I am, but I'm not alone, not alone by any chalk, long shot. Yeah, that's because I put it there, Roland. I specifically posted it there. I posted the YouTube video because I knew the link in advance. For Facebook, I don't know the link until after I've gone live. Okay, thousands of comments coming in, so let's catch up. Corinda is saying, hey, Mick. Now I've gone back to that. Okay, and Corinda is saying, the problem, Bruce, if you can change that would be easy. And over to Mick. BeLive in 5 is where Mick is watching. He's found it. That's more by accident than design, Mick, I would think, unless you set for a notification. And back to Roland, catching up on this is UK Video First. UK Video First is, in fact, Mr. Corinda Singh. Okay, and Bruce is saying, Can audience members still interact live? Yes. Yeah. Roland is on YouTube. Okay, you can't see it, but I can see it in my studio that is on YouTube, and you are watching on Facebook. All the comments are coming into one thread, all in chronological order, reverse chronological order. So see the latest post at the bottom. Is that right? I think it's right. Okay, so yeah, I can see both lots of comments by magic. And you know what is good? Restream bot. Restream.io is good. Oh, by the by, Corinda and I used to watch Owen Emsath, Owen video, on the BeLive page on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the UK. If you want to catch Owen now, this will blow your minds. Owen is now with Restream.io, and you can catch him at the same time over on YouTube. So Owen video, Owen Emsath, is still live on a Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the UK, but he's working this time for Restream.io. So I caught him yesterday. You can catch him next week, and I'm not alone. Thank you, Corinda. And over to Corinda again. No, YouTube. Right. Okay. You're off. You got me off on another run. The game has been set up that Facebook and YouTube are totally separate. Yeah. So Facebook's there, YouTube is there, and they don't talk to each other. Okay. And as you can see, my hands were there when a question came on screen. So you've got to wonder how that happens. Corinda, who's doing BeLive weekly? There isn't one at the moment. There is no BeLivers weekly, no BeLive weekly at the moment. So YouTube and Facebook don't see each other. They don't talk to each other. They're in competition. And because they're in competition, YouTube will not show Facebook videos and Facebook will not show YouTube videos because they are competing systems. They're both competing for our dollars, and therefore they don't work together. Yeah. So you can't play a YouTube video on Facebook. If you share a YouTube video on Facebook, you can click it and go straight to YouTube. You cannot share a Facebook video on YouTube. There isn't the opportunity to do so. They're both in the same game. They're both trying to get people to watch live video, and at the same time, adverts come down the side and you click them. Yeah, that's the game. The game is to get people to click adverts so that YouTube and Facebook can make money. Because of that, we're able to go live free on both Facebook and YouTube, but they don't talk to each other. In order for me to see the comments in my studio today, the engineers at BeLive have had to take the comments from YouTube live and Facebook live, yeah, put them into take the two, put them into a single stream so that I can see them in my studio and bring them up on screen. Yeah. So my Christmas wish is this, that the world get a bit friendlier and that Facebook and YouTube start talking to each other and see if we can actually do something. But they've got their income streams to protect and their own territory to protect. So over on YouTube, meanwhile, right, and Roland's found me on BeLive in 5. Thank you. Hopefully it said live, but it's very difficult. I'm glad you found it, but you've got to look for it. It's not there straight away. So the BeLive engineers have brought everything into my studio and I can see messages from both. Okay, so on to Roland, and last comment we had was Roland can now see it on BeLive in 5, and it's also stressing Corinda out. Both streams are in sync. Good. Okay, so you've got 2 of me. So who's doing BeLive weekly? Nobody at the moment. All right. Yeah. Yeah. There is that's why we get the countdown clocks at the beginning, because there is a timing difference between Facebook and YouTube. It's the connection time at the beginning. Facebook goes live within about 12 seconds. YouTube goes live within about 20, or perhaps the other way around. But one of them is certainly faster than the other, which is why at the top of the show I said you do need to have a countdown clock. Whether it's one of mine or the BeLive one, doesn't matter as long as you have one. Over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, I can do it, then I can ask them. Yes, you can. And over to Corinda, if I can do it. Ask by all means. There is. I'm not gonna prejudge anything. And LinkedIn. Right. Okay. LinkedIn is a separate animal, but it's time to say that it's been announced in BeLivers group that BeLive will be going live to LinkedIn soon. So we'll be able to go live to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So now is the time to, if you want to go live on LinkedIn, now is the time to apply. I applied for the third time last week, end of last week. All you need is the following: your name, email address, a link to your website, link to your LinkedIn profile, and just sign it. That's it. They will then do their work. Now, in order to obviously get permission to go live on LinkedIn, you need to be uploading pre-recorded video that you've done elsewhere onto LinkedIn so they can get an idea of what you're doing. So every time I do a broadcast this week on Facebook and or YouTube, I'm actually sharing it to LinkedIn so that when they come to review my application, they can see that I'm active on live video. And I suggest that you, if you're interested in going live, all right, okay. The rivalry is increasing. I agree, Roland. And the next comment, don't forget Periscope. I can't forget Periscope, Roland. We can't. Right, Periscope, as Roland mentioned, is not to be forgotten. Periscope, we can't go live from BeLive at the moment to Periscope. LinkedIn is next on the horizon. If you want to go live to Periscope, then I would, at the moment, my best way of doing it is to go to restream.io. And for free, you could go live from Restream. If I'm wrong, correct me. But for free, you could go live from Restream to Periscope. It just takes a few clicks to set up. And you could use OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster to actually do that. Now, on my, I'll share it with you in a moment, but on my website over the weekend, I did do a blog, which is 20 different places you can actually broadcast to. So check it out. I'll put a link in afterwards. And all right, okay, I've applied twice and got no response, Corinda. So you're not alone in that. Hopefully now, Corinda's saying correct. And over to Corinda again. Yes. Okay, all good. So we're all caught up. So BeLive will be going to LinkedIn before the end of the year, possibly, or early next year. I know it's not too far away. I'm going to have to interview Inga on this show. I wonder if Inga would actually join me live on air. It's now 7 p.m. in the Ukraine. I shall ask this week and see if we can ask Inga to actually join me live, because that would be good. And on to the comments again. And I'm just trying to catch up. And Corinda, who's on YouTube, is saying, yeah, you can go for the Restream Studio to Periscope. That's what I'm saying. You do that for free if you just go into one destination. Over to Roland. And Roland is saying, if this was Periscope, I would give you lots of hearts. Oh, thank you, Roland. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing about Periscope. You do get an instant reaction, especially if you've got the Periscope dashboard out. You can actually see who's commenting. I don't actually do that. I know I should. So I can actually see who's actually watching and live with me. Thank you to Gregor and to Mike Grab for actually liking this post. I appreciate it. A like makes the post have greater reach. And over to Daniel. The last person to interview Daniel was Irene. So I don't know. Right, but yeah. So it's just that it would be good. I mean, I've spoken to Inga, but I just would like to. And Corinda's saying, or Daniel. Okay, so it comes to the end of the comments, so I can hide that. So I had my rant about Facebook. I've said Facebook and YouTube should work together. I said LinkedIn is going to be on BeLive. Because I got asked a question earlier today, what am I on LinkedIn? And I said, I'm sort of on LinkedIn. I've applied and I'm waiting to hear. I've updated my CV and I'm just moving with the flow, and hopefully I will be able to go live on LinkedIn. But there are only so many hours in the day, and you can only go live so many times. I mean, my friend Debbie Burrows, you said you should go live whenever you want, but I don't think so. I mean, I broadcast 5 days a week with 8 different people. I'm fortunate to have 8 friends who broadcast with me. I did a broadcast today, which you may or may not have caught because it was only on YouTube. Basically, there's a system that I'm testing out called OBS Ninja. Now, we're very fortunate living in the UK and the US that we can buy or we can pay for BeLive and StreamYard and Zoom. I'm trying to mention many, but paying the monthly fee. But there are countries in the world where it's not an option. Actually, using a service like this is not an option. So I discovered 2.5 weeks ago a system called OBS Ninja, which has been created by Steve Seguin in Canada. He works for Stage 10, and the system is totally free. And it means that on OBS now you can go live. Well, I'll tell you a true story. This is a true story. It's against me, but I don't mind. I got a reminder from Romany this morning. Romany lives in Cape Town in South Africa, and she and I have been friends for the last 15 years. And I'm helping her with a network she's actually starting in South Africa, and she's helping me. So we do work together quite well. And I said that we go live today. She reminded me of that. But my calendar's not perfect, and I'd arranged to go live with Peter Stewart from Aberdeen at 2 o'clock today. So I asked if Romney would join Peter and I, because Peter and I were actually testing OBS Ninja with 3 people on screen going live to YouTube. So I gave Romney Peter's profile and I gave Peter Romney's profile so that they know a little bit about each other. And then at 10 to the hour, we all met up in an OBS Ninja room, and they met for the first time, introduced them and what have you. And I said, right, okay, are we ready to go live? And they both said yes, because they're both seasoned broadcasters. No problem with that. I mean, we've been broadcasting with Peter for 5 years. And okay, I pressed the go live button and we went live on YouTube. And both Peter and Romney checked out the YouTube without the sound on, and they could see themselves, and they could see that the 3 was on screen and it was working perfectly. And their picture was totally clear. Mine was slightly blurry, but I now know why, because Angelica was teaching at the time and we've got shared Wi-Fi, and that's acceptable. So we did a 30-minute broadcast on YouTube and had great fun, just exploring what we could and couldn't do. Because when you've got new software, you want to test it, you want to try it out. Now, this is not sophisticated. This is not anywhere near as good as BeLive or StreamYard or Zoom. It's not meant to be. It is, however, meant to be fast and high quality. And it is fast, it is high quality, and it is free. OBS is free. OBS Ninja is free. So what we have is three of us live on YouTube talking away. We can hear each other having a conversation. We're live for 30 minutes. And then Romney shared the YouTube video to Facebook. And one of her friends started to watch and said, we can hear Stephen, but we can't hear yourself or Peter. Right, okay. Long story short, we did a 30-minute broadcast, and the only person who could be heard was me. Whose fault was it? It was mine. I forgot, in the excitement to actually go live with 3 people on OBS Ninja, I forgot to press 2 buttons. This can happen to any of us. I'm telling the story because you just got to be careful every time you go live with a new system that you go down the checklist. So there is a YouTube video. You can hear me, but you can't hear Romany or Peter. But if you can lip read, that would be helpful. But it was just a great broadcast, and we've got now a test team, 3 people who next time we go live, you'll be able to hear all of us, because I know what to do. Lesson learned. And we're all learning. I mean, it's always new things. So let's catch up with the comments. And the last comment I saw was, or Daniel, interview Daniel. Okay. Over to everybody's now working with StreamYard. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. And because he's been using this software for ages. Fraser. Okay. Hello, Fraser. And OBS Ninja. Thank you very much, Corinda. That is the link to the software I was just talking about. So basically what I'm saying is that, you know, with the best will in the world, things are going to occasionally go awry. Peter and Roman were very understanding. And we now have a team of 3 of us who will test OBS Ninja some more. The reason for doing it is simple and straightforward. I know broadcasters in India and Pakistan who would love to go live, 2 people on screen. I'm going to use this as an example. 2 people on screen, side by side. Yeah, so 2 people talking. They can't do that at the moment. Whereas if they used OBS Ninja and it didn't cost anything, then they could go live. Now, I've obviously got to have a chat with the developer, Steve Seguin, to tell him what I'm about to do and get his okay for doing it. But what I intend to do, if it's not a problem, is to promote the new OBS Ninja software in Pakistan and India, and in fact in any country where it's important. Yep, know them. Good. Okay. All right. Okay, caught up with the comments. Thank you, everybody who's watching. And I'm going to go to my agenda and see if there's anything else that we can actually talk about. So I've talked about OBS Ninja, and Corinda kindly put the link in. This is the live Q&A with Stephen, if you haven't tweeted what we're doing yet. And you can ask me anything about BeLive or live video. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you're not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please press the subscribe button. I value the fact that you're actually watching live, and the only thing that will happen is you'll get notifications of when I do go live. Right, just to stay on OBS Ninja at the moment, basically, when I put this up, I said I was going to do an OBS Ninja training course. It's actually been recorded now. It's actually on YouTube. If you go, right, okay. Another question from Corinda. Now this is interesting. Okay, now I wondered when this would actually happen, because my hands are there, yeah, but questions are arriving on the screen. Just a minute, let's go back. UK video first. How's the bot friend doing? RJ Redden, you mean my co-host of, well, it's a while ago now. RJ's doing fine, as far as I know. She's good. And over to Bruce's question about using Zoom with BeLive. I've never quite seen the use case for this. I know that there are, we've only got 4 people on screen within BeLive. I know that you can, I don't know, if you tell me a little bit more about what you're actually wanting to do, Bruce, because then I can give you a more informed answer. I mean, you can screen share Zoom to BeLive, but you can take the Zoom tab, you can do a screen share of the Zoom tab, bring it into your studio. And if you put that out live, then there wouldn't be a problem, because everybody on the Zoom is actually in sync and they can hear and see each other and they're speaking at the same time. So if you were taking a Zoom broadcast in its entirety and bringing it into your BeLive studio as a screen share, then going live, I don't see any problem with that. The problem arises if you're going to bring in a Zoom screen and yourself in the BeLive studio. There's going to be a timing difference between the two, between you in the studio and, so let's do a pretend. If this is me and that's the Zoom screen, then there'll be a timing difference between me and the Zoom screen. So I couldn't take part in any conversations taking place on Zoom because of the time difference, because of the buffering, the delay. So if it's a full Zoom screen, then yes. If it's not a full Zoom screen and you're actually including yourself, then I would say the odds are it's going to be difficult to do. My final thing is, if you do want to do this, then do practice first. Get all the people together on Zoom and say, we're going to do a practice, bring it over to BeLive as a screen share, and then go live from BeLive and see what happens. There's no need to go live from Zoom. You just go live from BeLive. And just check it out and see what happens. The only way to do it is test it. You may be lucky and it may work, but from my point of view, you're going to be, the screen behind me is going to be possibly a second or two away from what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm going to hide that and come back and catch up with the comments. Okay, now, and Corinda's saying yes. I haven't seen her. Oh, she's about. Talking about RJ Redden, if you go to Black Belt Bots, she's broadcasting on Black Belt Bots 3 times a week. Like many things change, and RJ went off ManyChat. She decided not to use ManyChat as her main system, and she went off to use another messenger bot, and it wasn't one that I was using. So we're still good friends. That's all I'm saying. And over to Corinda again. It was weird when you put your hand up, the comment just came up. Okay, Corinda, ask me a question with a question mark at the end. This is, anybody can do this. Let's do a true test of this. Ask me a question in the comments. Okay. And if you ask me a question, there's going to be a 20-second delay between you asking the question with a question mark and anything happening. I know I look odd, but I'm just trying to prove that my hands are not on the keyboard or the mouse. So I'll put them slightly lower so you can still see them. But if you ask me a question, please do, then it should, unless it should, if you've asked me a question, appear on screen. Okay. Okay, comment just came up. Okay, I wasn't kidding. If you ask me a question, then see what happens. Yeah, if you try it, Bruce, just do a test first. If you do a screen share with sound, it should come in. And over to Bruce, and Bruce is saying, what if I include my own feed in Zoom and use that as the only resource? If you want to go, I'm not quite sure of your use case, Bruce, because basically you either go live on Zoom or BeLive. I can't see, you want to take all the things that you can do on BeLive into Zoom. BeLive doesn't have a virtual camera going out. That is the thing. So you can't use it as a virtual camera within Zoom. You can screen share into Zoom. Yeah, so you could screen share but you'd be screen sharing your studio. You wouldn't be screen sharing the blue bit. You'd be screen sharing what I can see in the comments and what I can see in the menu. You'd have to screen share your whole studio. Yeah, unless you cropped it. You could crop it. The only thing is experiment, and let me know how you get on. So yeah, taking BeLive into Zoom. Hello, that didn't work, did it, Corinda? Okay, thank you for trying though. It's only when I'm not looking, and now it didn't do it. Okay, so we've established something. It's not perfect. Okay, so now it didn't do it. It probably does it when I'm not watching. Okay, it did do it before. You're quite right. So I'm going to put this video through to powers that be. And Corinda is saying, Bruce, if you get Zoom paid, then that will work. Okay, so Corinda may be able to help you do it. Okay, so there you are, putting two systems together. And over to Corinda again. Corinda's on two systems, but before it did. And right, okay, so I've got all the comments, and the comments are up to date. So I'm going to hide all the comments. Okay, so the question worked, and there's question marks should work, sentiment analysis should work. So if you use who, what, where, how, then the comment should go on screen. So if you want to help me test this, so if you type in who are you, or what do you think of, or just ask me a question. We're testing this for the next 15 minutes. You can help me by typing in comments which the system will see, unless they've switched it off, of course, because I'm not supposed to speak about it, which is possible. And I'd just like to say thank you to everybody, to Mitsunua Raman. So Mitsunua Raman, thank you for watching and liking the broadcast. And I do appreciate everybody who's actually joined in. I'm trying to take something off screen. Now that worked, Corinda. My hands, I was actually over there. Yeah, so that worked. Who are you? Okay, thank you for asking. My name is Stephen. I'm based in Wiltshire in England. Think of Stonehenge. I live 20 miles away from there in Wiltshire, about 100 miles or 2 hours from London. I live with my partner, Angelica. Angelica is a German language teacher. Angelica and I do a live broadcast on BeLive every 2 weeks. And we are touring Germany at the moment, going to different towns. So thank you for the question, Corinda. And that worked. Okay, so it's intermittent. I think the best thing we can say is that the display of the questions is intermittent. I'll send the full transcript of this back. No, it didn't do it. All right, okay. Thank you, Corinda. And over to Bruce. I think I've got this. What if I include my and use that resource? Right, okay, so I'm going backwards on the comments. So obviously that's not good. And on Friday, yep, that's Ask Angelica is on Fridays at 9 AM Eastern, 2 PM in the UK, every other Friday. So we're not live this Friday. We are live a week on Friday. Thank you, Corinda, for the reminder. Okay, now, if you're watching this, I have an invitation for you. Corinda is already there, but I'm going to bring this into my broadcast. I'm going to put it full screen. I have, you heard me talk about Facebook earlier. I've created a separate community, which is not Facebook or YouTube. It's a community that I run and host. And it's for everybody who's interested in live video and more to actually get together on a site that has no advertisements and no, what's the word I'm looking, no censorship, and to get together with people who share common interests. And this is building our community, and you can build your community. What you can actually do is to join us on the website, and you can create your own private group, which I will know nothing about. Even as host, I don't have access. And you can invite your friends to join you in a group on building our community. And this is a little more about it. I'm going to turn my microphone off. Right, okay, so I'm going to hide that and I'm going to bring it back. Hopefully it will show what I want it to show. So building our community and saying hello to Ed. Ed is a member of building our community. Hello, Ed. Corinda is a member of building our community, and Mighty Networks is what it's based on. That's not the link. I'll give you the link afterwards, Corinda. That's basically that's head office. It is a Mighty Network. It is based on Mighty Networks, but that is not the link. But that's a nice link to actually display. Now to Corinda, and Corinda's saying hello to Ed. I love it when people actually talk to each other in the comments. And if you want to know what mainstream using, yeah, good point. The video that you just watched is a short video put together with my photographs and stock video from InVideo. And John Upton and I work with InVideo. We are sponsored. We're live on Thursdays, 11 AM Eastern, 4 PM in the UK. We're live in the official InVideo group, and John does a tutorial every week on a different aspect of InVideo. But I love the fact for creating short videos, because I'm artistically challenged. If you tell me to draw a stick man, that would go wrong, is all I'm saying. But with InVideo, I can create reasonably good videos and use them in my broadcasts. I've done 50 countdown clocks using InVideo. I've done that intro to building our community. I've done hundreds of videos on InVideo. It's just the best place to actually create recorded video content to use for promotion within your business. So if you want to check it out, go to the link that Corinda gave you. All I can tell you is, and this is a true story, I'm going to take that off screen as I go to my true story section. As I said, John Upton and I work with InVideo, and our show is sponsored by InVideo. And we recently celebrated our 50th show. We've been going on InVideo for 50 weeks. And Abhilash, who actually runs the InVideo Facebook group, said that he would like to come on the show with us. And we thought, wow. And he'd like us to broadcast into the group. And we said, wow. And then on the day of the broadcast, he said, Sankit is joining us. Now, Sankit Shah is the CEO of InVideo. So there we were, live in InVideo for the first time with the CEO of InVideo and Abhilash, who runs well, does a lot more besides. But with Sankit and Abhilash, we were live in the group, and we've been live in the group ever since. But these are, it's just the most amazing story. Sankit is 22, Abhilash is 28. So these are young men, I'm going to say, and young men with a vision. Sankit started InVideo, and 18 months ago, they had 200 users. And then they decided that they got the product stable and they were happy with it. They would actually start promoting. And they went on to AppSumo. And that was the beginning of the story, because they were selling the software for $49 lifetime deal on AppSumo. And the software is so good that, well, they've gone from 200 users early last year, 2019, to having 800,000 users now. 800,000 users. They are just amazing, an amazing team at InVideo, and they provide support. If you go on the InVideo site and you're doing something, you've got a question, and you go to the chat and you put your question in the chat, somebody will answer you within seconds. And that's the secret to their success. Anybody who's using the software can actually contact and get a response within not minutes, hours, seconds. Yeah. And they've gone to great trouble to make sure that their help is there available to every InVideo user whenever they want it. And that's one of the secrets to their success. The other secret to their success was explained by Sanket when he actually did the interview with us. We were able to speak to him for 20 minutes when we asked him how did it all start and where he headed, and he told us all about it. And the interview is just search for Inspired by InVideo episode 50 on YouTube, and it's just amazing the story they tell. And we asked them both, do you have, we asked Abhilash, we interviewed Abhilash first, and we said, do you have any hobbies? And he said, yes, reading, but I don't get a chance to do that very often. And we said, well, why? And he said, because I work 18 hours a day. And we asked the same question of Sanket. He said, yes, he's got outside interests, but he too works 18 hours a day. The team in video work their socks off so that we can have high quality video production software. And they're the real deal. I mean, nicer chaps you couldn't wish to meet. So shout out to Sanket and Abhilash of InVideo, and just thank you for your sponsorship and thank you for a wonderful product. All right, back to Corinda. And Corinda, right, okay, so that's the InVideo link. That's the system I've just been talking about. And over to Corinda again, and there's the group. Thank you, Corinda. And Corinda on YouTube is saying yes. Okay, so a fascinating story. As I say, if you go to YouTube and you search for Inspired 50, you'll find it. And the interview with Abhilash starts straight away. The interview with Sanket starts about 20 minutes in. And it's just, well, it was great actually being in their company. So there we have it. Success story. Right, okay, well, that's incredible. We're nearly at the hour mark, and I've just flown. So a reminder of what I was saying at the top of the show, if you just joined now, I'm suggesting, well, from yesterday and today, I'm only sharing the YouTube version of my live broadcast. I'm sharing it because I can share it before I go live, because it's there. As soon as I schedule a broadcast on BeLive, as soon as anybody schedules a broadcast on StreamYard, as soon as anybody schedules a broadcast on Zoom, the YouTube link is there and ready to use. If I schedule a broadcast on Facebook, I get a first post, which is as much use as a chocolate fire guard. It's useless. And it's not until I go live that the second post with the video is made. And I can't share the second post because this is a chicken and egg situation. I'm actually live. If I spent the first 5 minutes of my live broadcast chasing about Facebook to find it, and Roland had difficulty finding it earlier, then the first 3 or 4 minutes of a broadcast are important, because that's when people tune in on the replay to actually watch you. And if you had your head down actually trying to find a Facebook post to share, then people just walk away, which is why Maury Smith and everybody in my circle, inner circle, is saying, Facebook, this is wrong. This will never work. Roland's hopeful. I'm hopeful, of course, because I love Facebook. But in order for this to be sorted out, we only want the one post. We don't need that first post. Merge them. And then things will be even better than they were before. And we can share the live broadcast before we go live rather than not sharing it at all and having to use the YouTube link. And that's my rant for today. The rant was in the first section of the show. So if you want to help me and get the word out, then I don't do this very often. I honestly do not do this very often. But if you could share the broadcast and get the word out, and when I actually edit this broadcast tomorrow, I'll highlight the rant in it so people know what I'm on about. It is important because it doesn't. I'm a single broadcaster. Well, no, you know what I'm talking about. There are millions of people broadcasting on Facebook, millions of people sharing to Facebook, all facing the same problem. Only Facebook can fix it. Rant over again. Okay, so I'm on my way to. Do you watch the Formula One? No, but I will say on behalf of both of us, Corinda, congratulations to Mr. Hamilton for winning his 7th World Championship. Me too. And over to Corinda again. That's why there's a post on BeLive. That's why I posted the YouTube video in BeLive and not the Facebook post. And Corinda's saying I know. Right, okay. To everybody who's watched me live today, I'd like to say thank you. If you got this far on the replay, then you are most definitely my new best friend. And yes, we are professional broadcasters. We do our best to actually put together professional shows. I think occasionally things go wrong. Think back to my story with Romany and Peter, where I didn't turn their microphones on earlier today. It's never going to be perfect, but we're getting closer. The video quality is superb, and all the hard work that everybody's doing is paying off. If we think back to when this all started on Blab 5 years ago, then things have definitely changed. Things are improving day by day, week by week. It's my pleasure to have been broadcasting live today on BeLive, and I will see you at the same time next week. Again, I'll be on the same YouTube channel. That will never change, so you know where to find me. Go there at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock, and I'll be live on my... So this is the other thing. Finally, okay. If I go live on YouTube, yeah, you can get a reminder. If I go live on YouTube, if you subscribed, you'll get a reminder. You will get a reminder. Okay, definitely. If you go to my YouTube channel, to which the link never changes, you will see me live on my front page. If you go to the link that I've shared, you will see me live. And all of that takes place every single broadcast. Anyway, take care, have a good week, and I'll see you at the same time next week. And okay, I'm glad. Okay, I learned so much in Scotland. I may have got people mixed up here. And just click the bell. Yeah, that's a good idea. Click the bell as well, and you'll definitely get reminded. From Wiltshire in England, near to Stonehenge, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, I've got a new blog on the BeLive official blog hopefully on the 18th. Take care. Bye for now.